Faida number 12 from the book Ma'rakatun Nas, Battle over the Texts by Shaykh Fahad Al-Ajlan. So he mentions that some complain and they state that what we need today is a logical, intellectual, proof-based, updated, modern discourse and methodology in da'wah. When the individuals who are calling people to Islam, when they are doing the da'wah, etc., when it comes to books, when it comes to pamphlets, when it comes to all of these matters, what we require is that which is very powerful in its logic, in its intellectual arguments, must be proof-based. This type of discourse is what we require. We need to speak to the modern mind. The Sheikh says, well and good, but just be aware. Number one, that the reason that certain people are not guided to Islam, is it because of the absence of this type of da'wah? Is it because there's no logical, intellectual, proof-based modern discourse methodology in da'wah? Is that really the case? Or that is present and that is to be found? And also on the flip side, he says that if there was this logical, intellectual, proof-based modern type of discourse, if it was present, then would that guarantee that people will be entering into Islam in droves and in waves? Not necessarily. He says, look into the noble Quran and look at the reasons why people do not accept, why people do not believe. Look at those reasons there. It's more to do with the heart than to do with the aql. It's more to do with the heart than to do with the mind. It was not because these people didn't hear a convincing message. No, they've got convincing messages, but they still did not accept. The matter of hawa, the matter of the desires, the matter of the hearts, the matter of the pride, the environment that they were brought up in. Some of them it's to do with hasad, others it's to do with, well, my forefathers were doing X, Y, and Z. So there's a whole host of different reasons, and it's not just because, well, they were not convinced. No, many were convinced. They believed that Islam is the right way, etc., but they still did not accept. The Sheikh says, look at sometimes a simple good word, somebody is involved in da'wah, very simple approach, very nice approach he has, but very simple, and subhanallah, it's very, very effective, as opposed to somebody who debates and he's got detailed, powerful refutations and powerful proofs, but subhanallah, the effectiveness of his da'wah is much lower than the simple guy doing da'wah out there with a simple message. Look at those who embrace Islam. Speak to those who have entered the fold of Al-Islam. Majority of them didn't come because that they studied these detailed, powerful evidences and it's because of that that they were guided to Islam. No. Majority of them, that was not the reason. Shaykh says, I'm not dismissing the importance of refutation and logic and methodology and this type of discourse. I'm not dismissing that. That is important, but everything needs to be put into its perspective. Majority of the people don't need this. Majority of the people, they require maw'izah. They require a reminder. They require the simple message. They require something which touches their hearts. Look into the noble Quran, that many of these people, they did not embrace Islam. They did not accept the prophets. They didn't accept the call of da'wah, etc. Why? Because it was to do with money. It was to do with hasad. It was to do with, I just don't give a damn. I just don't care. I'm busy with other matters. Because of blind imitation of their forefathers, because of the love for this dunya, etc. The matter of faith is not just a logical calculation. Work it out, I believe, or work it out and I don't believe. No, you're dealing with the matter of the heart. You're dealing with the human beings. People have these diseases. People have these diseases of the heart. This needs to be cured. It's not just a matter, well, they didn't understand and if we make them understand, they will accept. No, many were convinced, but they still did not accept. And if it was all about let's find a way to convince them, as was discussed previously, some of the people came to the Anbiya and they said that, you know what, you should send down an angel, you should send down a treasure from the sky. And if it was all about, well, let's just convince them, then Allah would have done that. Allah would have allowed that so that they could be convinced. But these unreasonable expectations were thrown back at their faces. And also, many of these people, they believe that they are on the truth. They believe that they are on the truth. And the sunnah of Allah is that until the final hour, there is this battle between the truth and falsehood. And also, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the Noble Quran, that some of them, وَلَوْ فَتَحْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ بَابًا مِنَ السَّمَاءِ فَظَلُّوا فِيهِ يَعْرُجُونَ لَقَالُوا إِنَّمَا سُكِّرَتْ أَبْصَارُنَا بَلْ نَحْنُ قَوْمٌ مَسْحُورُونَ. That even if we opened up for them a gate to the heaven, open up for them a gate to the heaven which they see with their eyes, through which they continue to ascend, they are going up, what would they say? Still they would say, oh, our eyes have been truly been dazzled, we've been like bewitched. Jayid, we must have been bewitched, that's why we are seeing this, etc. Subhanallah, they're seeing it with their eyes. So it's not a matter of, well, we need to convince them, we need to make them understand, and then automatically they will all accept. No, many will understand, many will see, but they will still not accept. Why? Because it's a matter of the heart, and there are other barriers, there are spiritual barriers, there are other diseases, and it's not just a matter of, well, they need to understand and thus they will be convinced. Absolutely not.